Artificial intelligence has the power to reshape how we live, play, and especially work, according to a new analysis from the International Monetary Fund. The IMF also found that not all countries will be affected the same way. The agency is calling for a, quote, careful balance of policies to ensure AI is applied effectively and efficiently. Our senior business and tech correspondent, Jo Ling Kent, joins us now from Los Angeles to talk through this report and what it may mean. So what did the IMF, well, let's start with why they conducted this analysis.
Hey, John, good evening. They conducted this analysis because AI is here to stay, and it's creating all kinds of sea changes in different industries across the globe. And so the IMF's reasoning is that they want to help countries create the right kind of policies to absorb the change and innovate on top of it. We're already seeing this kind of activity happening at the Senate AI Forum, for example, here in the United States. But if you take a look at what they're trying to do at the IMF, it's essentially assess 125 countries for AI readiness and then help make recommendations or at least share the research so these countries can then take that and act accordingly.
Right. So the IMF doesn't find itself in a pinch when these changes cause some of those countries to wobble economically. So what in this study, what kinds of jobs will be most affected by AI?
Yeah, it's not so much of a surprise. You've seen some of this data come out before from Goldman Sachs and other places, but looking at it from the United States perspective, 60% of jobs will be affected by AI, according to this IMF study. And the groups that will be most impacted in places like the US and the UK, we're talking about clerical support workers, office workers, technicians, people who are in service and sales. And on the flip side, those who will be least likely to be affected are people who work in agriculture and machine operations. But if you look at the risk and the opportunity, the IMF is saying that even though your job may be at great risk of being impacted negatively by AI, the more complementary your skill set becomes, the more opportunity you'll have to sort of evolve with it. And that's part of the recommendation here, not just for countries, but also individuals.
Right. So there's some people might be helped by it, and others will be hurt. So does that affect that imbalance in AI and how it may help you? Is that going to affect income inequality?
Absolutely. The IMF is warning that income inequality could get significantly worse if the right measures are not taken. And if you look at the populations that are most at risk, women face the most at risk when it comes to the types of jobs that many women have across the 125 countries that were studied. But unlike previous waves of automation, we should point out that this is not just an AI innovation impact that will hit the middle class. This is likely to hit higher income earners and lower income earners with a similar sort of magnitude. And so the IMF is saying if your job is complementary with AI, then you actually have a chance to earn even more, which would create a larger wage gap, according to this assessment.
So then finally, the IMF says that, so we've gone from the kind of within country inequalities, and the IMF is saying wealthier economies tend to be better equipped to handle the AI adoption rather than, say, low-income countries. Which countries do well and why, and how do they sort through that analysis?
Countries that are more technologically advanced essentially will do better. And it will come as no surprise to you. We're talking about the United States, Singapore, Denmark. They tend to do very well. Now, lower income countries will fare worse. But if you take a look at what the issues are when it comes to how you deal with, the findings basically showed that countries tend to be better at AI adoption compared to the lower income countries because they have the resources to do so. And that's why you see an overall, not just income gap between individuals, perhaps on the horizon, but also between these countries. So the idea here is the IMF is trying to warn and sound the alarm now so that countries can legislate or provide regulations to sort of absorb what could be this negative impact. But I will say that covering the Senate AI Forum here in the United States, that's a really tall order. They're still trying to figure out what AI is, and building that regulation is much easier said than done, John.